Motherfucker, it's the hardest starving artist, sharpest tool up in the shed. I get the bread, no supermarkets, hold the dough like gentlemen, no middleman or backup plan. Flow be dope, my use syringe instead of pen, I gets it in. You never had a chance to win, you never had a chance at all. Casting calls, you niggas actors. I'ma stack it wall to wall with a green like one of the masters. Mama had me thinking masters, I was thinking whips like master. I pick classics over classes, beat the vision.
Welcome back, everybody, to Looking Glass, episode 4. This is your boy, Black Ash 392, aka X. Please don't judge me from my tweets. Go ahead, Church.
Oh, what's up? It's Church at Covenmore God on Twitter. Don't follow me. Yeah, that's it. Just don't follow me. Trust me.
Hey, my name is Brandon, aka Dirt Devil. My tweets are horrible, but I need the followers, so hit me up.
It's your boy Ken at ShadowCoon_. Don't follow me. I don't tweet about shit. Just bullshit.
Bro, you barely tweet in general.
Yeah, you just retweet.
Yeah, that's it, mostly. I just
don't
retweet
go
shit,
into his
bro.
likes unless you want to see something dangerous.
Not going to them. It's all pure content.
Go venture into a new world.
It's just Bible verses and shit.
Yeah,
I'm sure y'all like it.
Exactly.
Just a lot of curse and shit, you know what I'm saying?
Know.
That's it.
Totally.
Man,
no ass.
Alright. End of this week.
We had a loss here at Barbershop Network. We lost our boy Rico. He was kind of the pioneer of all this shit. He inspired us to start podcasting, start our own media and platforms to give us the courage to do this type of shit. So, we're going to miss you, boy. Long live Rico. You know what I'm saying? Looking Glass going to try to carry your memory and honor.
All right.
All
Let's
right.
get into it, folks.
Now,
so
let's get into
Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Yeah, let's start with anime news. Neon Genesis Evangelion, fourth and final film is dropping supposedly in 2020. The teaser dropped this past week or two. How's everybody's thoughts on it?
It's finally got announced because I know people were waiting on this film for years. Because like I recently just watched and finished NG recently. I haven't watched the rebuild films, but I know people have been waiting on the fourth one for a long time now. So when it comes out, I'll finally watch 1 through 3. I'll have the final film ready to go. But now that it's here, finally got a glimpse of hope. We can finally wrap this saga up. NG can be wrapped up in its sad, depressing, existential bag. What do you guys think?
Well, I've seen all the films, so this, I've been waiting for this one for a while, and it makes me wonder, like, is this going to be the movie that has the good ending? Like, are they going to give
congratulations
a good ending? I mean, like, but that was even the context of that.
Yeah, it was bittersweet.
Like, so,
yeah,
I don't know. Is this going to be the one where Shinji finally wins? I have no idea.
Don't know, man.
2020 is a long wait, though.
Yeah,
like, it's kind of weird.
2 years. It's a weird teaser to drop now, like 2 years before you're out. Like, is this like an early 2020 release date? Like I hate when they tease something 2 years away. Like, don't do this to me. You're just gonna sit here and
tell me the year of.
Yeah.
And that's usually what they do with anime related stuff. And so like, I just wonder, because I guess end of is sort of like most people's canon ending.
Yeah, that's the canon ending
gonna
apparently.
Shake anybody up. Like,
I mean,
like I accept this one over this one.
Yeah, some people do that. For me, I prefer the original ending that we got in the series because it at least left me hopeful. End of Evangelion had me up at night at 3 a.m. having an entire existential crisis. At least with the original ending, I at least had something to go on. Even though End of Evangelion is fucking great, it just makes me feel so bad. But that's how good it is. I guess you could say it just.
Yep.
Oh, it gets you in the dumps. I feel like
really
3
does.
might do that. Three might do that. Maybe we might get something similar to the original ending. Or we might get End of Evangelion times 10. Who knows?
Because the new character is in there, isn't she? Like the one that was introduced in 3.
Maki, I think.
Yeah. So
she's in there because she was in a
She was
in the teaser, so that could play out differently also. Since we have these new characters in here, and isn't the angel that was in the original was one of the new characters?
I think
in
so.
the reboot movies. Yeah, he's in there.
Yeah.
So a lot of ways this is gonna play out. So I'm interested to see
I need
how this
this one to
goes.
be a good ending though. I really feel like that'd be.
I need it for my soul. Yeah, it would be really good. Just don't hit me with the melancholy, just super depressing ending. Because man, imagine going out the theater after that. You just got a shitty ending. You're just walking out like, fuck.
And then they announce another one. You're like,
you gotta drive home after that. You gotta drive home after the most depressing ass movie you just watched. You gotta drive home.
I watched them all in one day, like all three of them in one day.
I could not do it. My heart is too weak. But I'm excited for that.
Mm-hmm.
And next up, we got the Yu Yu Hakusho OVAs.
Man, Yu Yu Hakusho's finally coming back. That shit is wild.
I'm excited for that.
The stills release of the 2 upcoming OVAs. The OVAs are part of the 25th anniversary Blu-ray set coming out for the series. The OVAs are going to be covering Hiei and Kurama's first meeting, along with the adaptation of the penultimate chapter of the original manga. I'm really excited because Yu Yu Hakusho is one of the greatest fucking animes / mangas of all time. Watch your fucking mouth when you slander it. But hey, man, how y'all feeling about it? I'm fucking excited. I really love Yu Yu Hakusho.
My question is it coming with a box set? Is this like all of Yu Yu Hakusho that is coming?
Yeah, it's going to be like the entire series. Itself?
Oh, so it's like a box set. Oh, okay, that makes sense. And this is just like reanimated arcs, or does it cover something that wasn't in the original series?
Nah, it covers both of the things that they're covering are brand new. Like they never adapted them in the original anime.
Oh, okay.
So we never saw Hiei and Kurama first meeting, and we never saw the second to last chapter.
Okay, so these are nice little
they're new additions.
Little filler gems. Yeah, I like that. That sounds great.
It's not like just a rehash movie or something like that.
Yeah. Well, when are the release dates for these? When do these drop?
October 26th, I believe.
Have they shown what the box set looks like? Have they shown that, or just stills from it?
Just stills. I haven't seen the box set yet. It's probably on Amazon, to be honest.
I'll definitely have to go peep that up. But how do you guys feel about it? I'm not the biggest Yu Yu Hakusho fan, but I'm excited to see.
Me neither. But
it's okay.
I mean, I'm always excited when like people who like have a series that gets like returned to in any way. It's always just like it's always nice. Just good, and it could always mean more things. So, I know Bleach fans, which their anime would be revisited.
Yeah, they're praying for that.
Seeing an older series like this get revisited is really cool. So
yeah, it feeds the nostalgia beast inside of me. So I'm fine with that.
Yep.
And then we got.
Well, before we go into the next topic, we're going to go ahead and get our questions out the way from the homies. The first question comes from @Ugly California, the homie Brit. Everybody hail Messiah Brit. She asks, which heroes from Marvel and or DC do you think needs more love comic book wise? I'm going to go last on this one. Church, go ahead.
Okay. Man. Like the weird thing is like a lot of the characters I can think of do get books, but it's like their books are so bad or mid that they're forgettable. Like Aqualad, was in Teen Titans and
it was horrible.
And just kind of forgot he was there. So I would like for him to get more love. Like that's one of them. And even though it's kind of something that happens on Twitter a lot, but Static too. Like, people want to read that stuff, Batwing. I would be into something with
Luke
that.
Fox. I miss David Zabingwe. Was that his name? The first one before Luke Fox.
I think that's what
I actually liked him. I didn't care for Luke Fox so much. I actually liked David. He was more interesting in my opinion.
Just some of the black characters, but that just gets into a whole debate on like, even if we get them, will they be good? Because that's all that's important. Just as important.
So be up there too, because DC got a lot of these guys in the Shadows realm.
It's mostly DC that I would say I need.
Yeah, they still haven't brought everyone back from.
They have a good cast of black characters, just don't utilize them. But for me, it will probably be JLI, that 80s generation of Justice League characters, Fire and Ice, Booster Gold, and Blue Beetle, those guys. Like we see some of them in current stuff, but I would like to see that group be looked back more in a positive light because it's seen as more of a jokish era than an era that was it was really ahead of its time. It was like the Office and superheroes. I like the dynamic that it had. It was like the Office and superheroes combined into one thing. It
Yeah.
had that nice, interesting family dynamic. It was like basically Batman was the angry father, and he got these badass kids, and he's got them ramble together before they go on missions. And I like that. I miss that type of feel in team books, basically. And I like those family books like that. I miss those group of characters. They should get more focus. Jason? I mean, not Jason. Brandon.
Wow, you got your Wonder Breads mixed up.
Wow,
Bro.
you getting your lights
Damn,
Got
it's
it.
like that. It's like that. Oh,
Must be.
Uh, anyway, as far as underrated characters, like
Mm-hmm.
I can't say my fave. I don't think Jason Todd is underrated, but I feel like I wish they would take actually for both of my characters. I wish they would take certain things off the title because so far for Marvel, I would say it's Ben Riley Scarlet Spider, but they should just make it a Scarlet Spider.
Yep.
Because it's just
It's a
been
duo book.
Ben and Kane equally, and it's not more Ben or more Kane, so they should just switch it so that way we can just have equal.
Because they're
maybe-
both getting a lot of love in that book.
They are, but it's like take it off the title.
Yeah, I agree.
Also, for this book, take the Outlaws off and just make it a Red Hood title.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yep.
See, that's how I felt about Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps and Batgirl and the Birds of the Prey when it first came out. Because I felt like it distracted from the characters itself. Like, Hal Jordan is not important than the group of the Sun. If you want to make it a Hal Jordan book, then that's fine. But don't, subtract from the core because when the GLC book is out, I don't come for Hal Jordan. I come for the rest of the core. Even though the book was good, it focused on, mostly Hal. It gave some focus to other key characters too. Mostly the Earth Lanterns, but it's just like I hate when they do the lead character and then say, then these guys. It feels like it detracts attention away from them. It's just focused on the main guy, like Batgirl and the Birds of Prey. Yeah, I wasn't feeling that. It's the Birds of Prey. Dude,
If
one person is not greater than the Sun.
If I had to pick anyone, this is gonna kind of sound weird coming off this. He just had a mini, but he's a detective right now. But I would say Black Lightning. Give Black Lightning a little bit more love.
Yeah.
Black Lightning. Kyle Rayner. I feel like since Rebirth started, he hasn't gotten a lot of love. Like, he was one of the most powerful characters in DC pre-Rebirth. So I kind of want him to be reestablished back to that. Anyway, so.
Yeah, I feel like with Kyle, I feel like ever since Omega Men, they didn't know what to do with it. Because he didn't get returned back to a White Lantern after that story Tom King did.
I'm not sure.
I'm
not entirely sure.
He went right back to White Lantern status, and I actually liked the Omega Lantern thing. I thought it was an interesting concept. I liked the design that they had for him, the black and blue. But it feels like now Kyle doesn't do anything. Hopefully aren't they relaunching the Green Lantern Corps book? Because I know Green Lanterns is getting canceled.
I heard that. That's why I heard.
So hopefully,
isn't Jeff Johns writing that shit?
No. Grant Morrison and Liam Sharp, they're writing the Hal Jordan book. That's the cops. That's the main Green Lantern Corps book with Hal Jordan back on the beat. But hopefully that they relaunch. You give us another Green Lantern Corps title because I always fuck with the Corps. I want to see more of the aliens dive into more and for them because we see the human guys enough. We're already packed enough. So explore that cast a little bit more. That's what I hope.
Yeah, I remember. I remember I talked to Robert Venditti at a con, and I was just asking about the presence of another, like the rest of the Lantern Corps. Because that's what I felt like sort of missed from his run. Was like we had we saw the blues a little bit, but it was sort of just the greens versus just
yellow.
Yeah, and then other alien groups, but we didn't really get to see the rest of the Corps. And I feel like since you have one book already on, Earth, this one should be incorporating more of them. But it just never happened. So hopefully in the next run we get more development on that.
All right, let's go ahead and move into the next question. Eric at Computers Putin, computers normal spelling Putin like Vladimir Putin, fuck that nigga. He asked us any thoughts and or hopes for the next Fantastic Four run that starts next week. I'm gonna go ahead and start on this.
Okay.
I got into Fantastic Four. I want to say last summer or maybe over winter. It's been a while, but I read the Hickman run. I really enjoyed it. I don't have any intentions of buying the next run, but I am happy that the Fantastic Four are finally back. I think it's been long over fucking due for them to be back. Especially they only left because of some petty bullshit.
Okay. Can you go ahead?
All right, for me, I'm excited for it. For me in comics, like I think it's about time that we got back to. I hope that this book focuses more on family than just grand cosmic plots, because that's what I believe what we're missing in comics. We're missing that era of like where we focus more on the characters, instead of just the grand stories itself. Like I miss that. That's what the F4 is, at the basis. It's a book about family. It's about the characters. They're adventures before they're superheroes, which is one of my favorite quotes that Mark Waid said. They're adventurers, they're scientists, and they're a family before anything. So I hope that Dan Slott, takes from that and that he focuses on that before, we get to the Galactus grand cosmic threat that's coming through. And so I hope that we get those good moments in there that embrace what the F4 is truly about. Because we rarely get that in comics nowadays. You really get those good team books that make you feel good or inspire you to a certain extent. So good luck to Slot, and I hope it's good.
Honestly, like I guess I was never like a huge F4 fan. Like I only like two characters in their extended universe, and that, or actually no, I'd say three. I remember when I was reading Hickman's Slot, not Hickman's Fantastic Four. I really fucked with the whole Franklin storyline they were doing there when his older self came back, and I liked their interactions. Also, like when Johnny had died, I had a real strong connection to Johnny. He's actually one of my favorite members of the F4. But when it comes to the whole team, I read the book, but I can't lie and say that I'd be peeping Susan and Reed and Ben. I really just be reading it for Johnny because he is my favorite character.
Yeah, like for me,
I feel like
Sting and Johnny.
I feel like out of any of them, he gets the most interactions outside the book with other characters because he's best friends with Peter. Now he's an Avenger. Now he's the leader of his Avengers squad. It's just like everybody else feels so close. Like,
they feel contained. They feel it's mostly just the family. They all interact together with each other. They don't interact with the rest of the MU like that. Like you rarely see Sue go and hang. You'll see her in other books. Like you'll see her in most female-led books, like the time they went to go beat up on Red Hulk, the Defenders. Like you'll see her in that, but it just feels like she's just so contained in the F4. Like it doesn't feel like she's anywhere else. Johnny, you see him in everything. He shows up everywhere. He interacts with the characters. You don't see that with the rest of the cast. Well, you don't feel like that. Even though Thing is out there too. He's out there with the rest of the MU too. But like you said, Johnny's my favorite. I love him.
Yeah.
But good luck to the book though.
Yeah.
Church.
I mean, it's still a secret. I'm not a big fan of Slot. So, like, even though the Fantastic Four is back, like, seeing the person writing it, I don't even really care. Like, keep it a stack, but I hope it's good just for the sake of the fans who've been, like, dying for it back. But I don't really think the universe is really, like, it doesn't feel like they've been missed to me.
Yeah,
nothing's
really
they're
happened
classic,
in the last couple
so
years.
having them can't hurt. And I'm just interested to see how what presence they have going forward.
Yeah.
I just, that's just kind of whatever to me.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what they bring back to this universe. Will they bring back that feel, or will it just be more the same old, same old?
And how are people going to react to them returning? Like, did anyone care?
I mean, I feel like if anyone's going to react, it's probably going to be Peter Parker the most.
Yeah,
because he bought the fucking building and then lost it because he had to save the world of Secret Empire.
Yep.
Nah, they're gonna be like, "Oh, building at." Peter gonna be like, "Well, see, so where my bank account?
See what happened.
But,
see what happened.
All
right,
Johnny gonna snitch on him immediately.
Johnny gonna be a dickhead. I know he is. Let's go ahead and get into the next question. from our boy Darius at Pseudonova. How do you guys feel about Coates on Cap, Ta-Nehisi Coates on Cap, compared to Coates on Black Panther? I will say it's about par for the course. It's going the same way so far. I haven't read the second issue of the Cap run yet because I forgot to put it on my pull list. I'm a dumbass. But if I'm comparing just the first issue of the Panther run just to the first issue of the Cap run, it's about par for the course so far. I feel like it's probably going to be a little bit more, not to say world building, but kind of building up the book for the symbolic purposes and whatnot before getting to the real deep nitty gritty action. But I think he's probably going to do better with Cap than Panther. Not saying he's done a bad job with Panther. I think he's done a really, really great job. But it's probably going to be easier for Cap because he's an American character, so it's a little bit easier to kind of get into the feel of him and for him to question what he is, especially with Ta-Nehisi Coates' political writings, which are fantastic, by the way. You should all go check them out at The Atlantic and his books. But I'm looking forward to it. The first issue was really good. I would probably give it somewhere around a 9 out of 10, and that's how I'm feeling so far.
All right. For me, I think he did a way better job on Cap than he did on Black Panther. For me, I feel like this is a book more suited for him. With Cap, you can get into more politics, and it doesn't feel, boring as it did with Black Panther. For me, like the first 12 issues of Black Panther were a drag. Like I got that he was trying to go into more of the tribal politics of the world, but it just didn't feel satisfying. It just felt but here he can convey it a lot better because Cap is a political character at heart. He's always been it from day one. So you can better convey your messages and do a lot better social commentary on Cap than you could on Black Panther.
Well,
Black
Panther,
you
Panther's
kinda
always been
mix
an
on.
inherently political
Yeah,
character.
he's been that too. He's always been a political character too. You're right, but it's just like for me, it felt like he wasn't conveying it to a point to where it was entertaining. With Cap, you can do it in that type of way, and it comes across better. It comes across a lot better than for with Black Panther. It just wasn't entertaining to me at all. It was just, here we go with this again. But with Cap, I think he's doing a great job. Honestly, I wasn't excited for him on Cap. I was like, Black Panther wasn't good, but first issue, he shocked me. This is the character form. I think this will be a good run. I think this will be a good run. So I'm excited.
Honestly,
Yeah, let Brandon go.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Honestly, I hated Coates Black Panther. It was so slow and it was boring. They hacked up fights that went two ways.
Yeah.
Disappointed me. It was just super mid. It wasn't awful, but it wasn't. The pacing was despicable. I hated it. But it's just. I feel like Coates has a style of writing that was not suited for Black Panther. Because when we go back and read pre-Secret War stuff, we see Hickman writing the hell out of Black Panther. Who was the one who Priest? It was
Priest.
during.
I think Hudlin was next.
Yeah. That was very good. It was like it was more action. It's just I need my Black Panther to be on hands, honestly. I don't really critical stuff on it. I can't deal with that. But Cap is totally different.
Yeah.
There's so many different things you can do with Cap. Where you can do it with America. He can be saving Black people from getting shot. He can go to I don't know. Give that man a Black Lives Matter shirt. Let's go. Go full.
For what I'm waiting on? I'm waiting for him to hit that knee. I'm waiting for him to hit that knee so I can see all right act out. Hit the knee, please. Just for jokes.
Bro, if Cap hits the knee, MAGA Twitter is going to burn the shit to the ground.
Hit the knee.
Hey, the sale's gonna hit, bro. The sale's gonna hit. They're gonna buy it and burn it anyway. That shit is gonna be hilarious just to see the outrage. Bro, all I need him to do is hit it one time. I know he's gonna do it. I feel like Coast is gonna do it. We know it's coming. It's just when are we gonna get?
Just be chilling.
Nah, it's either gonna be hit him in the knee, or he gonna jump in front of a protest or some shit and defend everybody.
It's gonna be real.
I feel like if either he hits the knee or Black people are gonna be Cop shoot at him, he comes through with the shield. Like, I feel like it's gonna either be those two. But come on, I need him to hit the knee, bro.
I mean, also, if I can add one more thing, I feel like as good as this book is, it probably would have been better if Sam Wilson stayed Cap. That's what I was going to say. Which Sam Wilson
still
be Cap.
Die on that hill. You will die on that.
I'm going to die on that hill for eternity, nigga. But go ahead, Church.
I think, well, see, with like Black Panther and stuff, I think people have like expectations of what his character is supposed to be.
Yeah,
and that could probably feel limiting, even if he's a black character and with a black writer. And I mean, he's writing politics of a fictional African country. Yeah. He doesn't really get to like put his own like politics into it as much as he would with Cap. Because with Cap, you can use him as like a political vessel for like a multitude of things. There's not really, I mean, he can be anything because he's supposed to represent like an idealistic America. So, I mean, whoever writes him can push him wherever they want with pretty much with freedom, especially nowadays with like the movies and stuff. Like people's expectations of Cap are like pretty, like, I don't know, spacious. Like it doesn't really matter. Yeah. As long as you keep an idea of his character, you can kind of do what you want. Yeah. And I mean, it's a controversial character to write about because we just had Secret Empire, so
yeah, the flag from that.
Like I'm probably going to shake things up in an interesting way that'll make a lot of people mad, but
yeah,
you know,
I think if he sticks with it, it'll be worth it.
It feels like the final like follow up to Secret Empire. Like it shouldn't have taken this long to kind of get here. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah,
like it's been like what, a year since Secret Empire ended, and we're just now getting kind of like Cap's fallout from it. So I feel like it shouldn't have taken this long. We should have got this book sooner, if anything.
But I just know on the horizon we're gonna get that one issue that, I mean, Twitter's gonna beat to death when they get a hold of it. Like we're gonna get that one issue in this run.
I cannot wait until Trump tweets about this shit.
Oh yeah, and because I mean, Coates is he's a figure like that too. So as soon as they know he's on it like that, it's like, it's not gonna be like Nick Spencer.
I can't wait till Trump's like, I can't believe Captain America would kneel for the flag, MAGA, make America great again. I'm gonna be like, bro, this shit's going nuclear levels, bro.
Oh yeah. Those are my thoughts. I feel like it's gonna be.
I cannot wait till Ta-Nehisi's coach is on fucking Good Morning America saying "fuck you" to Trump over this shit. Oh, it's gonna be great.
The Nick Spencer issue was funny with Falcon and the immigrants. That was funny too, seeing that on Fox News. But for me, I feel like Coates is finally kind of adjusting to moving from writing, novels to actually writing comics, because it's two different fields. You have to get used to writing scripts. So I feel like he's finally starting to adjust, because that was probably one of the major problems of the first arc of Black Panther, was him adjusting to a different medium, to writing in a different medium. Maybe that's why his arcs dragged out so long, because he didn't know how to get the pacing right.
And the action too, right?
Like, action, I mean, he didn't know how to sequence it right, because it's a different field. You have to know how to condense it. I don't think he knew how to condense it at the time. You have to know how to break it down, make it a little bit smaller, and make it flow a lot better.
And I think like what Brandon said, like when we read BP, like we want him to fight, like we want him to throw hands more than we want Cap to, because that's just how we are. Like, I mean, so with Cap, if he's not throwing hands every issue, I don't think anyone's really looking at him like that.
I'm not looking for Cap to, just to really be combative. Cap is more of a figure than anything. He's a symbol. You want him to talk and do more things to inspire. You want to see more of that than you would just see him just fighting somebody or whatever.
Well, Black Panther he's also a symbol. He also has that. Yeah. He's a very symbolic figure. He's not just don't get me wrong. Yeah. His hands are legendary. Like that nigga's hands are. I want to say he's top 5 in all Marvel or something like that, or at least top 10. Yeah. At the very least, the top 10 or some shit like that.
Yeah, but I mean, he's a black character and we're black readers. We want him to throw hands more than we want him.
Of course.
Yeah, we want him to throw more hands than Cap. It's just like when Sam was Cap, I was like, "Where are my hands at?"
But the book was good though. The book was
Yeah, that
Sam
book was amazing.
Sam was doing more swooping.
Yeah, that book was
He
amazing.
really
Yeah,
was.
Sam isn't the fighter Steve is, or Bucky was, to be honest. So I wasn't really expecting that from that.
Oh. Being real. Bucky hands more deadly than Steve. Let's talk about it.
Let's not go too far, Nick.
Anyways, y'all hear some?
Wow.
All right, let's go ahead and
We
get
gonna have
into
to
the
talk
next
about
topic before Brandon has a fucking aneurysm about Bucky.
this. We gonna have to talk about this later.
Anti-heroes.
All right. Star Wars Episode 9 has finally started filming. This is the first movie without Carrie Fisher, RIP to the princess.
Yep.
And they're reportedly using pre-recorded footage for the movie for Carrie. So
Yep.
any expectations, wants, desires, anything, go ahead, Church.
Oh, you want me to go?
Yeah. No, actually, hold up. Let Ken start. Because
Yeah,
this
let
nigga,
Ken.
this nigga got some shit
get the
to
negative
get
energy out of the way first.
Honestly, with I wish they would have let wrote Carrie Fisher out. Let her go, because the CGI Mary Poppins thing was already weird in the second film of the trilogy. So it's weird to see her come back again. I hope it's not nothing too major, because it'll be weird seeing CGI Carrie the entire movie. But I haven't read too much up on the filming news, because it's just after The Last Jedi, I'm just not excited for this at all. I hope it's good. I hope J.J. Abrams can pick up the slack that The Last Jedi was, because as a trilogy, this movie is not gonna flow well. Maybe he can make something out of this shitstorm. But tell me what was announced in this in the filming. Did they announce any casting, any stuff like that? Any other news?
They just announced that it started filming. Like, John Boyega tweeted out the picture. J.J. Abrams tweeted it out.
Oh, him in the gym again?
No, it's just them on set. It's just a picture of them the first day. It said like the little
chair, bro.
the little motherfucking thing that says
straight up
for nothing.
Like, they gotta fix that hair.
Yeah. Ooh, that line was atrocious, man. Like, stormtroopers
you
don't
gonna
get no
disrespect
passes.
me with his characterization, but at least make his hair. At least make him look right.
clean.
Yeah.
Like you already false advertised him to me in Force Awakens with a lightsaber, and he not even force sensitive. Is this what you do?
Well, see, I actually really like the Force Awakens. Like, if the trilogy would have kept going on that path, I would have been fine with it. But it's like, it's what happens when you have another director, bro. Like, like Abrams should have just done the whole trilogy.
Yeah.
I will agree with
Rian
that.
Johnson
I do
brought
think
in
Abrams
his
should
own
have done the whole shit.
Yeah, like, I mean, I don't even hate The Last Jedi, but tonally and like character path wise, The Force Awakens and Last Jedi are complete. Like, I wouldn't even
exactly.
They don't even feel the same. Like,
I don't think they're supposed to feel the same at all.
I don't. Yeah, but it's just Abrams. If he would have done The Last Jedi, he had a vision going. I would have liked to see him finish his.
I mean, like, a big criticism of the last Jedi. Well, the big criticism of The Force Awakens was that it felt like people were calling it a New Hope remake. Like, people were dead ass calling it, like, 2016 New Hope. So, and then The Last Jedi goes completely left. Like, no one expected any of the shit in that movie to happen. And I feel like if they would have continued the same way of The Last Jedi or Force Awakens, motherfuckers would have just been calling it Empire Strikes Back remake. So, I really enjoy The Last Jedi. I don't
hate it. I would say I think it's. I like it. I'll just say that.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that movie a lot.
The deal with The Last Jedi is, when I saw it in theaters, I was disappointed. But when I sat down, it came out. It was they dropped it on Netflix. I sat down. I actually watched it, and I rewinded. I was able to rewind and really soak in the scene. I think I liked it more. It wasn't
I love
good
risks, bro.
It wasn't.
Me too.
It wasn't like an MCU movie where the theater experiences everything. I really need to sit down and dissect that movie for me to like it. But after doing so, I know.
I mean, I like that movie off my first watch in the theater. That shit. That was an emotional experience.
I love risks. Like, I swear. Like,
spoiler alert. If y'all haven't seen Last Jedi at this point, it's kind of on you. So if you get spoiled by this shit, that's your fault, my nigga. But
2-year-old spoilers, please. Yeah.
But Luke dying, bro, was niggas was crying in the theater. Everybody thought Leia was dead. That shit, when her ass got sucked out into space, motherfuckers. I think somebody fainted in my theater. Real shit.
Everybody screamed. It was like when Tony got stabbed in Infinity War.
Man,
We're
gonna get into that later. We're gonna talk about that shit later.
Yeah, for me,
Luke.
for certain shit just didn't click for me. Like instead of a Luke dying, like you died from doing an astral projection. The death was unsatisfying. He didn't have enough balls to show up. Like for me, is that even if The Force Awakens was a New Hope rehash in a way, it didn't make it bad. It was okay. It was satisfactory. You know, going into this, I felt like you should have kept the original's director's vision. Bringing in Rian Johnson was a horrible thing to do because he fucked up all the plot threads that you set up in your movie. If this is a trilogy, no matter whether it was Risk or not, you know, this is what he set up, and you just threw all that shit out the window. And like I don't see how Abrams is gonna pick that up, because I know Abrams was looking at this like, oh, shit, fuck what I put up then. You know, even if it was, you know, had some similarities to the first, even though I did think some parts were, you know, from the New Hope, that doesn't mean it was bad. And like, just because it took risk, that doesn't mean that was good. And I hate that when people say you didn't like it because it was something new and that it was something innovative. It was not. Some of that shit was just genuinely bad. Not that I didn't like certain things about the movie, like remember the scene where the ship went light speed and just broke that.
That's a beautiful fucking shot.
Yeah, it was a beautiful
that's
shot.
An iconic shot.
It was some beautiful shit in that movie, but do I have gripes about it? Yes. The saber fights in that bitch was fucking mid-pack. Even in Force Awakens, they weren't good. No, not one of them was satisfying. It was just
the last one was.
Movie, it's insane.
Okay,
Force Awakens.
Ken,
the last part was good.
Ken, what didn't you like about Last Jedi? If I can ask you.
Like I said, the shot in that scene, and genuinely, the part where they felt like they were going to get to something close to, okay, if this extreme doesn't work or the extreme of the Sith doesn't work, maybe we can find a middle ground. But at the end of the movie, they fucking backtrack. So what the fuck was the point?
Well, they made it pretty clear that
like the gray oath, but they didn't go there. They fucking backtracked.
I mean, they made it pretty clear that it was going to be like a new age of Jedi. It just wasn't going to be the same Jedi we've been used to.
You didn't have to do that. Like, you see, the thing about this shit is that you have extended universe lore that you could use to prop this shit up. They literally have some shit called the Grey that's literally a middle ground that has the best of both sides. It's just like there's a lot of missed opportunities in this movie that I guess maybe it was my fault for having expectations. But it's just
you're not wrong for having expectations.
So let down.
But like, I don't.
And then Finn was the biggest. Oh, Finn! I hate his entire character, bro.
I loved him in The Force Awakens. I hated him in this.
Like, bro, he was just. Oh, where Ray? He's just like.
Because in The Force Awakens, like he took initiative against old girl in Last Jedi, but like in Force Awakens, like he just grabbed the lightsaber and was like, "I'm fighting now. Like I'm going. Like I don't care."
Yeah, it was just like
he had some moments in The Last Jedi, but I just think like.
I didn't care.
It was weird that they it was weird that they pump faked him and Ray because like if nothing was gonna come of that, like his dedication it was weird to me.
It's in the bucket. Like what reason did you have? You didn't notice Shorty like that unless you really wanted something.
Bro, okay, leave it from Finn's perspective, right?
Yeah, he was fiending.
Then he ends up with that other girl, so I'm just like
yeah, it's just like
okay, here's the deal. Wait. I did not like Rose at all.
Yeah.
Her character was unnecessary. The whole casino scene was unnecessary.
But the way, like, the more I see, like, what the discourse online, the more I'm not liking her. Because there's some really Star Wars niggas.
Oh, no, the fans are fucking...
Okay, yeah, let's talk about that right quick. Yeah. Do y'all remember when Force Awakens posted the poster with Finn holding lightsaber first dropped? And white ass dude bros was fucking complaining about diversity in the movie.
Yeah.
Oh,
that
fuck
shit
them.
You know what? It made it even that he wasn't even a fucking Jedi. That made it hurt so much
I was
worse,
fine
bro.
with Finn being a Jedi because I don't need everybody to be that. Like I was fine with him not being the guy. I was just glad he got to do something against someone who outclassed him in every single way. But in Last Jedi, he was just kind of like a side character. I'm like, I ain't signed up for that, bro.
I mean, the nigga almost sacrificed himself to save everybody.
I know, but yeah. I don't know, man.
It wasn't it, man. For me, Finn's entire character arc. Yeah.
But I wanted him to be a Jedi, and motherfuckers' reasons, like all the Star Wars dude, bro. He's a stormtrooper. He can't be. But stormtroopers don't work like clone troopers. They pick up random children and then like raise them.
They can have potential for the Force. Like for the thing about it, I didn't need him to be the main character. All I wanted was him to be at least Force sensitive and do some cool ass shit. That's the least. That's the least.
When he was fighting Kylo, I was so excited.
I was like, man, is he sensitive?
Nah, I knew he was gonna get his ass whooped, but.
Yeah,
I think just like with the direction though, like I was just cool with like it just focusing on Rey, Finn, and Chewie. Like I was looking, I guess I was looking for some sort of like space adventure with just the three of them. Like I still like The Last Jedi, but I'm like,
part of me wishes I could see what Abrams would have done with the whole trilogy to himself.
Because The Last Jedi felt so contained. Like essentially the movie was just a 2-hour car chase. That's essentially what it was. An elongated car chase. Most of the shit was dealing with them trying to get away from the big ship. That's it. You know, and then refusing to the planet, like
yo, and then they got clapped up the whole way.
They got shot up, like they were getting wiped out, and then there was unnecessary shit, like that entire casino scene.
That was so
30
dumb.
minutes of unnecessary bullshit.
You know what he could have done? He could have had them go meet Lando there, but no.
That's what I thought.
Lando's gonna be the next movie,
but he's gonna be in this one. So.
Oh, I know, but I feel like that was a missed opportunity because when they went to the casino, that's the first thing I was thinking. Oh, they're gonna meet Lando. No, they go free some animals that they're gonna capture again, as if that's an asteroid, not a planet.
Like they're not gonna go out there and go herd them animals up again. You freed them for no point. There was no point to that entire subplot.
They have trackers in them. They're gonna find them.
Like,
you did nothing. And you didn't even take the kids, bro.
And then there was just certain subtext to some of the lines that they put out that just felt like it just shitted on you if you were a fan of the older stuff. But like I'm not trying to be like an old head. Like say the first couple minutes of the movie when Rey comes up to him and say, "Hey, you gonna help us?" and she gives him a lightsaber. Nigga just tosses this shit aside. I can't solve everything by fighting people. I'm like, man, what did you do the first other movies? Man, it just felt like they shitted on previous shit. Like they were trying to give across this message that this isn't the, Star Wars that I guess. Like they did it a lot with Luke in a way. Like Luke, the entire movie was just like, I wasn't feeling this nigga, bro.
Shit, I don't blame his fucking character for not wanting to go back and fighting. Like, bro, I'm sick of this shit. Bro, I almost killed my fucking nephew. I wouldn't be mad at that shit.
That was a stupid subplot in the first place. You almost killed your nephew. Over a nightmare, it was just like, it wasn't over the nightmare. The nigga almost killed him because like he was damn near already committed to the dark side, and then he stopped himself. So he trained this kid for 12 years. How long did he train? How long did he train this boy? It was not 12 years. It was like maybe a year, I think so. That was an exaggeration. I said, how long did he train? I think it was how long was he training? I think it was like a year. They never specified how long he was with Luke. They just established that he was with Luke for an extended period of time.
I would say they had Luke going. Ben wasn't even that young when we're seeing this flashback. It seems like maybe it was like, he was probably like late teens, early adulthood type shit. Even if he had the potential for it, that's not your job to kill him. Your job is to get him off that path. Even if he had the potential for the dark side, that's his job as a teacher. But I honestly don't get what was going on, what happened. A lot of unsatisfying shit.
Moving on with that.
Yeah, we can talk about this shit all day. Let's go ahead and get into what happened in the DC universe this week in the comics. Not a lot happened this week. Not a lot at all, but
we got a lot
I
of
want to
other stuff,
say
but we got
the
some
biggest thing
issues.
that happened this week was probably the Deathstroke Batman fight.
Yeah,
That was one of them.
honestly.
Yeah,
Like them
that was
niggas,
one
them
of them.
niggas was hitting each other the entire issue while going
That was
hand for
just a
hand.
roast session. That was just a roast session.
I
It was
with
it was
bro. It
really
was
funny.
gas.
Yeah, he was like, "You're homeless. Your wife doesn't love you. Your kids hate
He
you."
said,
Like, what's
I think he
going on?
said you're
Hey.
divorced, your kids don't like you, and you're homeless. I feel
I
sorry
was
for
like,
you. I pity you.
I feel sorry for you. He's like, "Hey man, you're not gonna kill me, so why are you really doing it, bro?" Like they were. It was just a
Bro,
lot of
Batman
psychological
said,
warfare.
he
Yeah.
said, you really crave my approval. I was like, yo.
He's like, "Ooh, you
I was
here
like,
for
Bro,
me,
yo,
bro." I was like,
bro,
"Ooh,
okay,
back
I just want to point
up.
this out.
about it."
It appears that Bruce got the better of Slade in hands and got the better of Slade in
I mean, he got
bars.
He
stabbed.
was
I
holding
mean,
that joint in
he was
for a
getting
while,
No, I
bars. Where he's like,
disagree
"You know
because
what? I've been waiting for this."
I don't think Slade cared.
Nah, Slade
I
doesn't
can't
care.
see
He's a
him caring
sociopath.
about. I can't see him caring about anything Bruce says.
Well, nah, he doesn't
No,
care,
he
but it was
doesn't.
still a fire bar. Like,
It was a
Yes,
fire
it was, but it was inaccurate on Bruce's part because when he's like, "You crave my approval," no, he doesn't. He's playing at you. This is fun for him. This is a game. He's doing this. Like maybe he was forced into this situation because of everything Talia did, but he could have just sat home and stayed on his couch and not done a goddamn
I
thing.
mean,
Like
Slade's
this
character
is fun
does
for him.
not to say he craves, like he feels righteous in whatever he does, but he does have a certain sense of righteousness to what he does. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Slade doesn't care. Slade is a sociopath at his worst. Not to say he won't do the right thing. He'll be like, he doesn't care. If you pay him enough, he'll do anything. He has no boundaries. You know.
I mean, he ain't never clapped no kid.
If I look back for enough, he
Nah,
probably has.
I googled it, nigga. He ain't never clapped no kid. Besides probably the Titans.
Yeah, he beat them up. He's never killed them. Like he had the opportunity to kill.
Yeah, he could
he's
have.
had
He
the
could
opportunity to
have
kill the
been
Titans
clapped
multiple
them.
times.
Ollie or Bart, but he never killed. He shot him in the knee.
No, he shot
and
him
he
in
was
the
like,
leg.
"Oh, I could have killed." Yeah. He was like, "I could have killed you."
And the
But,
thing about that, he did
that.
that in a weird way to prevent them from becoming like Jericho. That was a weird first arc. Child's Play was a weird first arc because he did it to prevent them because like kids were dying back then. So he said, "Hey, y'all need to stop this. You know, kids like my son. I don't want anybody else to end up like him." So he was beating their asses and hurting them. But he's never explicitly killed a child character or a Titan explicitly. Somehow he hasn't.
he just do everything else to kids but that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
He
saying?
did everything else about that, bro. Underage sex with minors.
Man,
that
panel when he was outside that club, I got school.
Yeah, it's just like,
With
oh,
like
he's
that
16.
15-year-old girl, that
like,
shit was
oh.
wild.
He was like, "Oh, you 16? Oh, let me go home." Ooh, I almost fucked up for a minute.
I mean, he did blow Tara's back out when she was like 15.
15? She was like
back
15.
for it.
She was 16. I read back and read that comic.
That don't make it better, bro.
15,
not saying,
bro. I promise you, it's 15. Hey, 16 might be legal in the UK, but it ain't here, chop.
Okay,
15.
so somebody's defense for Deathstroke was in New Jersey. The legal age of consent is 16, and I looked
Fuck out of here.
I was like, damn, it is.
But see, the thing about it was that he didn't do it because he wanted to. He did it specifically to
fuck with them.
manipulate her.
He did it to fuck with them, bro.
Fucked in the head, you gotta be. He did that to manipulate her,
bro. Even Wintergreen was like, "Yo, you crossing the line, G."
What you doing, bro?
Nigga got it. That's why I hope we don't. I hope Priest doesn't recreate that scene.
Oh wait, hold up. Before we go on, Brandon, tell the people what you asked Christopher Priest at C2E2.
Oh, I feel like we brought that up before.
No, I don't think we have. Go ahead and tell him.
Oh yeah, so like, okay, yeah, Ken got this tweet. I mean, not the tweet in the DM. He was like, "Oh, Deathstroke, he the rawest pedo out." And I mean, it's not false. I was like, "Oh, you know, let me show this tweet to Christopher Priest." Let me just say, before, and you know, it slowly went away, and I will retweet the video on my account so you guys can see it. But it is the funniest thing ever because you can slowly see just the joy draining out of his face as he reads the
You really showed him that bullshit.
that picture.
Bro, you don't want to send the fucking
This
message.
whole day up, bro. Like, he was like, "Why did you show this to me? Why?"
Nah, the funniest part was like what he said after, and then like he was like, it's not wrong technically. Like that was the craziest part. Like he started talking to us about it. That shit was crazy. Well, we can tweet that out from looking at the last page.
Defend Slade. This shit was jokes, bro.
He's in a terrible position, bro. Because it's
It's
not
so terrible, bro.
To do it either.
That's
Y'all
his
thought
character.
Y'all thought I wasn't about to do it. He was like, "Yo,
No, we didn't say you were. It was like, here you
We're
go.
just all surprised that you fucking did it,
yeah."
So, Mr. Miracle this week.
bro. Scott has committed to killing Darkseid. That's gonna.
Yeah,
it's gonna
you're
be
not
interesting.
taking my child.
That shower scene hurt, bro.
Nah,
Oof,
Darkseid
bro,
told Scott and Barter, "You are hiding the child. Let that boy come home."
Let that boy come home to his granddaddy.
Fuck out of here,
bro. Man, Scott is just catching it, man. Him and Big Bro. The one scene that hurt me in the last Mr. Miracle issue was when they looked in the mirror and you could just see all the turmoil and shit they've been through in Apocalypse. Like their bodies were just misshapen. It was just like, yeah, they've been going through it.
That shit was hard. That shit hurt.
They've been through a lot together, bro. And
man,
like Big Barter, she breaking.
The whole issue is like Scott trying to justify like giving the boy to I think Jake is his name. Jake the Darkseid.
Billions of lives.
Yeah. And then I think the best moment in the whole story was when Scott was like, "Man, we was raised on Apocalypse. We turned out fine." And Barter was like, "We did not turn out fucking fine, nigga."
Yeah, she was not with
him though.
Like,
she was
like, it wasn't too bad.
And she gave her respect of him when Scott tried to kill himself.
Yeah, she was there. She's been through a lot with him. She's been holding down the fort for a minute, bro. That's a foundation right there. But it's just like one of my favorite parts of the issue was like kind of the pseudo JLI reunion with like Mr. Miracle, Booster Gold, and Blue Beetle, because they were all homies back in the day.
Yeah,
back on the '80s roster. So that was nice. It was nice seeing them together. I didn't expect them to show up, but it was nice seeing them interact and show up anyway. It was like, fuck, what am I do, man? Going through a lot of bullshit right now. You just gotta shoot one with the homies.
So I really none of this is real.
Well, oh man, it could be a whole delusion.
We get to the end of this fucking book,
back to reality,
and none of this shit really happened. I'm gonna be really fucking upset. I'm going to be emotional.
Like it felt too specific when he talked to the cashier. He was like, "How would I stop something like this?" He was like, "Hey man, maybe you should have an equation, maybe like a life equation." It felt too specific on the.
Oh, bro, he said that shit. I was like, "Nah, y'all fucking with my head." I gotta
make an observation though.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of the first issues where we don't see any of those glitchy panels.
Yeah, where he's like, where he's like just snapping out.
Like, is he?
I feel like he's settling in. Settling in.
Is he completely convinced now? Is he completely like his mind's completely just overtaken by it? Like,
okay,
the anti-life equation.
Here's a theory. Here's a theory I have right now. What if this whole shit is a hallucination that's taking part in Scott's mind while he's in the sanctuary?
I feel like it's more of an anti-life equation thing than anything. I could see that because I feel like the glitching was him trying to stop, him trying to fight, like wake up, to get out of depression, But for him, I feel like now is that he's just becoming complacent with it, because he's like, maybe I should give the child up. Maybe it wasn't too bad. I feel like that's more him settling in with the depression than anything. It's him just like, fuck it, I'm just here. He's not fighting it anymore. So, because like I felt earlier, it was just him trying to get out of it the best he can. Now he's just settling in with it. So he's just settling into the anti-life equation, essentially. I feel like that's what it is. He's just becoming complacent with it. That's my theory on it.
That's fair. That's a good theory.
This is one of the greatest comic runs I've ever read.
Also, I just want to make a quick statement. Fuck Dan Didio, nigga. Fuck that nigga.
Yeah. Fuck the deal.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and get into the Batman news this week. Batman's moving along with Matt Reeves. The script draft is coming in the next couple weeks. It's going to be part of the main Earth DCEU. It's reported to be a noir-driven Batman story, not an origin, and there's a possibility of Affleck and a younger Batman being played in it. We're going to go through this quick. Thoughts, concerns, anybody?
I mean, it's Batman. I'll see what it is when it gets.
It's Matt Reeves. It's going to be heat. It's just, is anything in it gonna bother me? Like,
what are we doing here? Because it seems like he's doing a younger one. Apparently, they're saying this year one. I mean, year one is a fire story. So,
no, he said in the statement directly that
they said
we're not doing year one. Like it's gonna be a younger Batman story.
Yeah, maybe it'll be like TDK, where it takes elements from popular story, but in its own original story. Maybe it'll be something like that.
Yeah, because the Dark Knight borrowed heavily from Long Halloween, Dark Victory, and Year One.
Yeah. Well, what were you saying, Church?
The thing that scares me, about DC films in general, I think there's a lot of options going forward, but I'm scared they're just gonna keep doing prequels because they're too afraid to move forward in the universe. Like, Wonder Woman shouldn't be in the past, but it is. It'll still be good, but why?
Yeah.
So with Batman, just make a decision on Ben. Stop hanging us out here to dry. Because
is Ben gonna be his I
don't need three prequel films. That doesn't get us anywhere. We know where Batman is currently in the universe, so either move forward with him, work something out, or just get rid of him so we know.
I don't think Ben cares about Batman anymore.
I don't think
really
he does either. So make a decision.
I trust Matt Reeves because he's a very good director and I watch a lot of his movies. But as far as Ben, it's only Ben who I feel is going to be lacking. And I really feel like this might be the last time we're going to see him, if at all. Because you never know. There could be a switch up, an actor for the Batman movie. We got to find someone else. But also that brings up a good topic. Who else would you guys say was it's two people? Two people named.
I couldn't tell you.
Well, Marvel already stole
almost anyone, to be honest.
Yeah, Marvel already snatched Jake Gyllenhaal, so that's not.
You could put an unknown. You could put an unknown here.
But you have to be prepared because this is the biggest character.
Yeah, this is Batman. So
it's Batman. So you got to be prepared to carry a universe because that's the responsibility DC puts on him.
Batman, bro, come on, man. You're our main dog. That's their cash.
If you fuck up Batman, you'll never have another job.
You never will
have another job.
Pressure is already on because of the Dark Knight trilogy. Yeah. Unfortunately,
it boosted him up to max levels. TDK got that boy up the god tier.
You mean that mid?
I mean, it's the greatest comic book movie of all time. So.
But
anyway,
wait, hold on. Did you just say Dark Knight is mid?
Hey, Henny, we not touching it, bro.
All right. We're gonna have that's another debate for another day.
I'm hyped for it. I'm just glad we finally got some news, and that's it.
Let's go ahead and move on into the Marvel shit of the week. Let's go ahead and get into the comics. Requiem's identity has been revealed. It's been revealed that Requiem is actually Gamora, to the surprise of nobody, because a lot of fans predicted this.
That was so predictable.
Are you kidding
I did not care.
It was Gamora. Church, did you not hear about this?
No, I did not. I haven't been reading it, bro.
I haven't either. I learned from a comic book resources article. Shout out to them for this week again.
That's lazy.
But it was Gamora. Everyone predicted this. Everyone said it was either going to be Gamora or Nebula, and probably Gamora, and it was Gamora. And I'm not surprised at all. And it's really fucking disappointing.
It was just it was lazy. I didn't care. The way they killed them off was unenergetic. We know he's coming back. You can't kill Thanos.
I feel like, especially since they're trying to make shit match the MCU. This was I think Church said this a couple weeks ago. Infinity Wars feels like Cash grabbed the event.
That's what Marvel does.
I'm over it, to be honest. I'm with Marvel only with solo books. So Peter Parker, Miles, Laura Kinney, Logan, and Cap right now. Those really the only characters I'm fucking with. I could give a fuck less about the rest of Marvel.
Wait, so Requiem, aka Gamora, did she land the finishing blow on Thanos?
Yeah, she sliced.
She sliced him. She impaled him through the chest and cut his head off.
I want you to think about this. So Thanos kills her in the movie. They write an event in which
she kills him.
Yeah. You can't look me in the eye and tell me that's not some sort of I don't know, fast grab. Look, Gamora wins in this one.
It's just
get out of here.
I get tired of I get tired of them trying to pander the MCU fans because you're not gonna get them. You are not gonna get those movie fans.
We're stepping away from the whole Requiem thing The comic was actually decent. The whole thing was strange.
Yeah.
I like that part. It was
like
pretty good.
Infinity Countdown wasn't even bad. Like I'll say
It wasn't.
it's a cash grab, but it wasn't, just
The whole
fucking
Dark
garbage like
Talk
Civil War
thing
2
was more.
was.
I did not. Though everything they were doing with Adam Warlock, I liked that. It was not awful, but this Infinity Wars #1, it disappointed me in two ways.
Yeah.
Because one, Rikium. Okay, look, I was in a small narrative of people who did not know it would be Gamora. I didn't think of that, but I was disappointed because in the beginning, with the ship that I like, and then she fucking kills him, and I'm like, yo, what's good? What's good, man? What's good?
Wow.
Bruh, she stabbed him when the sword goes through the jacket.
Yeah.
It didn't even rip through. It just
It was a clean cut. That shit was funny. But
bruh.
the other book for me this week was Immortal Hulk #4. Al Ewing. This is the best Hulk book that I've had in years. I'm excited to see the Sasquatch Immortal Hulk matchup in 4 or 5. I'm so glad this book is bi-weekly. Huh?
Didn't he die? I swear.
Oh yeah, yes.
He can control it 100%. Yeah.
No, he used to control it. Now he can't.
Wait,
I guess.
didn't
he's
he
more
say
animalistic.
he could control it?
Yeah. He said he can control it, but I'm excited to see Al, delve, deeper into that Hulk. I'm glad he's on the book. I hope he's here to stay as long as he can, because it's been a while since we got a quality Hulk book since I've gotten it. So.
Did anybody else read anything kind of noteworthy from Marvel this week?
Any?
I read Scarlet Spiders.
Yeah, Scarlet Spiders is good.
Ben Riley, bro.
Peter David still got it. I'm surprised because at first I was like, okay, Peter David, you still got it. It was really solid.
Yeah, like Peter hasn't shown up at all, and Ben and Jane just get to eat, do what they need to do, and like their relationship is really funny in this book.
And they haven't made Kane weaker, which I'm surprised because they always do that. Whenever there's a Spider book, he's always, with the exception of Spider-Verse, he's always weaker than he is.
Yeah, in main books.
He is the stronger. Yeah.
Yeah.
And another book that I was that surprisingly is really good. Kate's is killing it. Cosmic Ghost Rider. Really good book. Apparently he's got Thanos as a little baby, and it's so fun seeing this little fucking murderer as a child, because like he's already on the path of it, but he was ready to shank that nigga with a bottle. It was like, oh yeah, he really was a fiend day one. It was like, wow, nigga, you were an asshole straight out the womb.
Yeah, we got Baby Darkseid and then Baby Thanos.
Bro. Baby Thanos like, what's this murder? I like the sound of it. I was like, oh yeah, you finna fail. And then when the Watcher said, I just came here to see you fuck up. You don't see how this is a bad idea? A Punisher raising the Thanos? Come on, man. Tell me that's not bad. And like you said, man,
he couldn't even deny it. He was like,
oof, damn. When I think about that, kind of right. But then fuck that. I'm gonna do this shit. I'm gonna do this. And Watcher is just like, it's gonna fuck up.
Just go back to Valhalla.
Yeah, like he had to set up in Valhalla, nigga. You got at least a mini heaven that you could have just rested in.
Alcohol, but you can buy. Like, yo,
like, bro, you was set up. Like, nigga, even if you didn't deserve it, nigga, you was set up, nigga. I don't care if I didn't deserve it. This is the best I could have got. I would have said, damn, I did a lot of fucked up shit, and this alcohol hitting though.
All right, let's go ahead and move on into to the Marvel TV shit this week. Not a lot happened, but Cloak and Dagger finished the season along with the season 2 renewal announced a little while ago. I personally haven't watched the show, but I know Church and Brandon have. So how'd y'all feel about it? What are y'all thoughts on season 2, et cetera, et cetera?
Go ahead, Brandon.
Church, you can go first. I'm gonna talk more.
Okay. What a great season. Like, straight up and down. Like, I did not expect anything from this show. Like, I thought it was going to be some cringy, like, teen thing on, like, something that you feel. I mean, it's on Freeform. So, you can expect what it'd be like. But no, it was completely different than what I expect. There was no teen high school drama. Not in the way that would make you cringe. Like the CW. It was just a really intimate story between two characters.
the side characters were great, and they brought a lot of stuff without being like too annoying. There wasn't any like dumb side plots, which is really rare nowadays. Like, you know, a lot of the shows we get have really dumb side plots. No, the show focused on those two 100% of the time, and yeah, like I can say I'm a big fan of the show. Like they really had something here, and there's a lot of culture in it, you know, with the New Orleans side. So yeah, and they make a lot of references, like more references in the Netflix MCU in terms of just the overall universe.
To like characters and stuff. That's
yeah.
Okay.
So it's
I definitely
dope,
need to
man.
keep it. I've just been waiting because I was skeptical because I didn't like Runaways too much. I don't like Runaways too much. So I was like, Cloak and Dagger. I don't know, but apparently it's really good. So I'm definitely gonna check it out later on Hulu.
Yeah,
I'm glad it's
like,
getting season 2 renewal.
It's definitely super grounded. Like it doesn't really feel. I mean, it feels comic booky.
Yeah,
but at the same time, it feels kind of like this is a supernatural type thing. Like
like supernatural. It's
well,
like
no,
it
not
doesn't
super.
feel.
Yeah, like not like the show Supernatural, but just like the feeling. Yeah.
Okay.
It definitely feels like that. Like Chronicle. You know how Chronicle felt with their
like
power.
Chronicle. Yeah, it didn't feel
like that.
Like a comic thing. It felt like a grounded take on superheroes that was more realistic. Like, I actually got him. Okay, I like
that's
that.
how it is. Straight up.
Okay, I like that.
That
honestly,
that interests me. I might check this shit out then.
What were you saying, Brandon?
The show really hits for me because it's like that real gritty, like fucking New Orleans, the voodoo, the magic, like everything. They're just addressing social issues so well. Well, not me. Like, oh, damn, they threw that in there just to appeal to people. It's just really, it just mixes in so well. I'm so glad they got a season 2. I'm definitely watching. But one thing I would say, I hope it doesn't end up like Legion. The season 2 wasn't hitting.
All right then, let's go ahead and move on into Venom. Venom was the other trailer that dropped this week. We got revealed that Riz Ahmed's character is going to be Riot, or at least going to have the symbol of Riot. Carnage was previously reported to be the villain of the film, but I think the trailer looks pretty mid, to be honest. It looks very meh. I'm not really excited for Venom at all. I'm not really excited for Sony movies in general. I don't know how they're going to build a Spider-Man universe without Spider-Man,
Spider-Man. Yeah, considering the Craven movie got announced this week, it's like, you can tell these studios are trying to milk the fuck out of these Marvel properties before they get them back. It's
because they are getting them back.
We can't use the main guys. Like, fuck, we got to use what we got. They're basically working with spare parts and just trying to make as much money off this bullshit as they can, and they're not gonna bank off of it. So I'm here for it. I don't care for this Venom movie. He looks cool. I watch it on Netflix, I guess, on the TV show when it gets out. Whatever channel it shows up on.
I'm watching that shit straight to Fire Stick.
But fuck this Sony universe. Same way as fuck that Monster Universe Universal was doing. Might as well just sell those rights, chop.
Whoa,
we ain't making no money. We ain't making no money.
Whoa, what?
Bro, Godzilla was fire.
Fire.
I'm
King Kong was fire. The fuck you talking about, bro?
Okay. He's talking about the Mummy.
The dark universe.
Yeah,
that
was.
Oh, okay.
I completely forgot about that, bro.
Frankenstein, Dracula, Mummy, that shit.
Okay, cool. Nigga, I thought you was big wilding for a second.
When that movie flopped, when Brendan Fraser, they were like, "Oh, how you feel about it?" He was like,
Brendan Fraser made the Mummy great.
If he wasn't in the movie, it wouldn't have flopped.
Yeah, I probably would have watched it because I liked him in the other movies.
As unpopular as people make him see him to be now, he is an excellent actor.
I fucked with him in the old Mummy movies. I love the
but yeah, back to Venom.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks mid, bro. It looks cringy.
It looks very mid.
It looks good design wise.
I wouldn't even say that.
I don't like Spider-Man. I don't like Venom being Spider-Man size. So when people are like, "Oh, Spider-Man 3 Venom,"
yeah, he should.
I don't know. He's not. Venom is slimy. Venom is huge. He's big. Like.
To be honest, they chose the worst way if they were going to do a live action. If you wanted to do something that didn't have to do with Spider-Man, you chose the wrong Venom to do it. You could have did an agent Venom story, and
Agent
you
Venom would have been a much better
you would have
choice.
been wrapped up, ready to go. You had a military story, something that was easily grounded. You
Like
had it right there in a paper bag. Say, here you go. And
it would
you
be
just fucked up.
generic, but still enjoyable.
Yeah. Like Agent Venom was the most perfect shit you could have done for a movie, and that could have been way more grounded than this shit. It's just like, yeah, Riot.
It looks like a bunch of kids put it together, but they had like
Have
a
that
Hollywood
little-
budget.
Yep.
We got
Right,
Agent
really
Venom. We
effect.
get that little Indian kid from Homecoming.
Little turd. Oh yeah, the fucking Flash. Yeah, fucking Flash.
But like, and Tom Hardy, I can't understand a word he says. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro, it was
hey,
unintelligible, bro. I couldn't tell half of what he was saying in that.
Tom, it feels like a waste of Tom Hardy's talents, to be honest, to be in this movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's getting that check though. It's a Marvel check, man.
It's a Sony check, nigga. Ain't no Marvel check.
It's still a check. It's still gonna have the Marvel thing in the beginning, so it can't.
look, I just don't. Sony just need to give out the rights to everything because like characters on their own, they don't need.
Yeah. Disney just need to go
Back
ahead and
to
throw a
him.
couple bands out. Just get these bands out and
We'll get
get
Carnage
shit
with the
popping
butter
again, bro.
knives and and Venom. He not
we
killing
need
nobody.
that.
Just
Yeah, hit them with hammers, bro.
just give them back to the MCU. They can ruin them on their own.
Speaking of the MCU,
At least I can see them with their characters, but I
Yeah.
don't need disgrace times 2, bro.
Speaking of the MCU, let's go ahead and get into the Guardians cast. The Guardians cast this week released a joint statement calling for the reinstatement of James Gunn.
Big yikes.
Big yikes.
Hey, all I gotta say is Feach gonna say, damn, y'all boys staying dead in A4. That's wild.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Like, they were talking very spicy for a group of characters who was all but dead but one.
Yo, they about to be like, yo.
Yeah, y'all still dead? Damn.
Like, in the statement feels like a joke. Like, it feels like a parody of itself. Like, it seems completely unaware that, like, it says things like character assassination and conspiracy theories as if James Gunn didn't tweet this shit out himself. Like, no one made this shit up. He did it himself.
These aren't claims. This is shit that was on his account. 10,000.
Bro, he tweeted the shit out himself. And even James Gunn has said, like, yo, I fucked up. I shouldn't have tweeted that shit. Yeah. My bad, everybody.
So where's the conspiracy theory coming from?
Thank you.
If you see the shit that he's tweeting, it's like, there's no way you're defending this. Like you said, Church, after 4 tweets, it's just no.
Yeah, like
after fucking 3 of these, something ain't right.
Bro, like,
it's just like, there's a problem here.
I think he said something about, I think one of the tweets was like, yo, I'm going to rewrite the Given Tree. But, yeah, he said something like, I'm going to rewrite the Given Tree and instead the kid's going to blow the fucking tree. Dog, what?
Yeah. Like, he's talking about fucking boys in the ass after the Expendables movie to make him a real man. That's like, there's tons of tweets with pedophilia, rape.
I definitely think he's like a changed man, but none of that matters. Disney doesn't want someone with a history that representing their product. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Disney is a company who markets to kids, like, whose primary market is kids. They can't, like, keep someone on payroll that makes light of kids being taken advantage of. That's not cool.
That has made statements about children.
The only thing I would defend him on is I don't think he's like that anymore, but this church said that doesn't fucking matter.
It doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't at all.
Take tweets, big boy. Like, woo, 10K. That shit don't matter, man.
If he had deleted all of them, and maybe someone kept like 2 or 3.
Disney probably would have covered that up. He probably could have got away with that.
He could have hit up Disney like, yo, I got these bad tweets. Yo, I'm gonna need someone to hack my account, make it look like I deactivated. Give me
and the funniest thing is that Disney didn't foolproof him, because the thing about it, this was close to when Guardians was just dropping in 2012 or 2013. The closest tweet that he made that was of that type of context is 2012. It's funny to me that Disney didn't, background check his social media or anything for shit like this.
They used him for the bag and then kicked him out.
Yeah,
but they do.
They got that money.
Also, with this James Gunn shit, he was supposed to be the head of Phase 4, if I'm not mistaken, right?
I'm so glad he's not, because Guardians of the Galaxy 2 stinks, and apparently somebody else did most of Guardians of the Galaxy 1. So
Guardians 1 was mid.
Somebody else he doesn't need him, because look at Mantis and Drax. I mean, it kind of makes sense now that we look on it. some of the
He's
shit in
overrated.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2
Very
makes us like,
overrated.
wow,
I
no
feel
wonder
like-
this shit was here.
I feel like Guardians is only popping because like white people love shit from the 80s.
Is it? That shit trash.
Like,
I mean,
like popping in the sense like people fucked with it, not in the sense that it was good.
the soundtrack? Talking about like the soundtrack?
Yeah, the soundtrack. That's what I mean.
Soundtracks, honestly.
Yeah,
The soundtrack was fire.
Guardians
I'll
of the
give it
Galaxy
that. But like,
soundtrack
you
is
throw a
nice.
couple 80s songs or something, white people will fuck with it.
I mean,
It's just-
really,
Yeah, I
honestly,
will, but if,
I fuck
you
with
can't
it,
even
too.
you can't even convince me on Guardians with just that alone. I don't care.
Yeah,
Bro, I don't care for the. I already don't care for the cast because the cast is mid-pack, keeping it a buck.
I
But,
just
like-
these statements don't matter because it's nothing's happening from it. They're gonna come back. They're gonna shoot the rest. They're gonna shoot the third movie. They're gonna be in
Yeah, but-
Avengers 4, and
I
then
mean,
their
this
fate will
is-
be decided after.
the
Disney
statement
said
itself
Guardians of the
seems to
Galaxy 3
like
not a.
seems to acknowledge that like the MAGAs, like the Donald Trump type folks, got him out of here,
Yeah.
and it
Yeah,
kind of
that's
uses that as a
hilarious.
foundation.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
That's funny. That's
Like-
funny.
Something I said a couple weeks ago on the pod is like, you know how bad a situation has to be for you to make the MAGAs look good?
And for us to agree with them,
Exactly.
Exactly.
Fucking exactly.
You got me agreeing with Twitter, like, fuck that shit. It's
And then,
just like, man, just
I think,
shitbag.
like I said earlier, I think they're talking very bold for a group of characters who is mostly dead. Like, all the Guardians are dead, except
Your
Nebula
shit
and
not
Rocket.
set in stone, bro. Your shit not set in stone. They
And-
will get you recasted.
Bro, no, fuck that. Fuck
They can do
recast them.
anything.
Just complete the set and kill them off. Just kill the rest of them niggas. Kill Nebula and kill Rocket. Fuck all that.
Hey, bro.
Nebula-
Kill everybody.
Yeah.
Kill all of them off. Fuck them. If they're gonna be like this, fuck them.
Hey, man.
Like,
Guardians
okay,
not
I
that
can
good
see
anyway. I
them.
already done
I can see them reacting to being sad about it because regardless of what he has tweeted, that was still their friend. So okay, yeah, they're disappointed, but they're defending him.
No, it was a
that's
whole
where I-
defense
that's where I
squad.
stopped
It was a
the
whole
line.
defense force.
That's where I draw
Like
the line.
they were
I
throwing
said,
it back
oh,
like he was making their careers or something. Like y'all
Exactly.
were doing
They
shit
act
before
like-
this.
before him. They act like he put them on. Like, yo,
Well,
dude,
They put Chris Pratt.
They act-
James Gunn put Chris Pratt on. I will say
no,
that.
he was not. Parks and Rec was.
He was doing stuff outside of that. He was
Parks
doing
and
stuff
Rec was
outside of that.
already big, bro. And
But
he
that
in the
was a big
Jurassic
role for him.
series.
I'll say that this was a big role for him for sure, but still.
But he
bro,
was not
relax,
unknown or unpopular. Like he was already in
Yeah.
Jurassic Park
Shit.
and Parks
No,
and
I
Rec
think Guardians
for
came out
years,
before
like-
Jurassic Park.
Oh yeah, it did. But honestly, he was already. I hate how they like
No.
James Gunn.
I mean,
Ray or whatever.
Brandon, I'll say this: I didn't know who the fuck Chris Pratt was before Guardians of the Galaxy.
White people knew who Chris Pratt was, and really, if we're talking about bank account wise, that's all that matters. I knew who he was because I fuck with Parks and Rec.
I never watched Parks and Rec, so that's probably why.
You are
I
missing
did.
out. That is an amazing show.
If you watched it, then you would know that. You see him in other stuff, but it's just like,
Yeah.
that whole situation.
more like-
get him out.
Oh, you see him in other stuff. Oh, that's that guy from Parks and Rec.
Yeah,
But
let's.
I hate how they act like. Yeah,
Yeah,
Let's
they
be
act
man-
like he-
I
act
feel like
like
we
he
can wrap
Mantis
this up
and
with saying like
maybe
we
Mantis,
all
but fuck
we
'em.
all
Get 'em out.
wholeheartedly agree that James Gunn shouldn't be brought back.
Fuck them. Hey man, as long all I need for don't put Taco Waititi on this shit, man. I don't need a whole comment. I don't need a whole comedy universe like Ragnarok. You have a chance to legitimately make something great here. Now that you have the rights back to F4, your whole cosmic universe just got expanded on. You have access to Annihilation, to some of your best cosmic stories at a full power, baby. You got the keys to that engine now. So you have a chance to do something great if you get some good talent behind it. So fuck them. Get them out. He ain't good anyway. Fuck
All
them.
right. Let's go ahead and move on. So another big thing that happened this week was Infinity War was released on digital,
Blu-ray.
I believe, on
Yeah.
digital
Yeah,
platforms.
Digital HD Blu-ray.
And
Yep.
the timeline's kind of been reliving everything and everyone, because most of them niggas dead, in full HD pleasure. So I kind of just want to go ahead and have a debate about Infinity War. How did everybody feel about it?
Start with Kent.
No, y'all can go first. Y'all.
Okay, let me.
Yeah, you go, Henny.
I watched it last night. I took some notes, but this is what Infinity War. I remember we made a small group chat for people on the timeline who watched the shit, and I came out the theater like, these motherfuckers are dumb. Like, I had a whole page of notes, so I'll go ahead and go. First off, the beginning, the movie, the central part of the movie, kind of the big thing that happened was Tony, Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, and 4 of the Guardians pull up on Thanos, right? And in the beginning of the movie, these niggas couldn't even handle Thanos' lightweights. They couldn't even fucking handle big folks in Ebony Maw. And they had the fucking thought that they could beat Thanos. Like, Tony thought him, Strange, and Peter were enough to at least to get the gauntlet off this nigga's hands. And you got handled by big folks in Ebony Maw 10 minutes before this shit happens.
I mean, they did fuck up. They did fuck up that nigga. They fucked him up. So, and then Tony
fucked him up.
That nigga.
They transported him to Antarctica. They couldn't beat him.
That nigga arm off. He not.
They cut his arm off via portal.
Yeah, that's some slick shit. Okay, they were kind of late. They were kind of lax the first few scenes, but like when they got to Titan, they were putting in work. Tony, especially Tony, has serious hands. I wasn't like,
I really want to know how fucking Tony became a martial artist. I want to know how that shit happened, because this nigga didn't have hands for the entire fucking franchise, and then he got hands for Infinity War.
I didn't see him doing. I just saw him being able to counter. That's easy enough to get training with, especially consider you have this super fucking armor, and it's lightweight. It fits on you like a second skin. It's not heavy and bulky like the other ones. Now you have basic martial arts to suit equals hands.
Okay,
honestly.
But no. Thanos taught Gamora how to fight, so like Thanos got to be top tier martial artist in all of the Marvel universe, and for Tony to have basic hands and draw blood.
And roundhouse kicks, though, just because he knows how to do that stuff doesn't mean he's doing
more bulky, yeah. He's a bulky type of character, so he moves different.
It was less Thanos teaching Gamora rather than Thanos having his people teach Gamora. Rather than him directly.
Talk, yeah, because Gamora's supposed to be the deadliest fighter in the galaxy. She's not. Let's talk about it. Black Widow puts in more work than her. Black Widow puts in more work.
That's sad,
like she was getting watched by Peter Quill.
Well, bro, fucking Thanos was piecing up Hulk minutes before, and then got a drop of blood drawn from fucking Tony. Mind you, Hulk and Thor couldn't get a drop of blood on this nigga.
No, that's Tony had a more powerful suit. Tony had that nanotech.
Bro, Thor is the king of Asgard. He has the Odin Force.
And it was just a scratch anyway. And Hulk got nerfed. I hated that entire Hulk. That entire film was fucking garbage.
When Tony got stabbed, did you see that close up? That stab wound, that shit healed up.
Yeah,
fucking Tony should have died on Titan. Let's keep it a buck. Tony should have died with that stab wound.
Should have stabbed twice. He should have stabbed twice.
He wasn't gonna do that because he wanted the stone. Because Strange was. He thought Strange was gonna destroy us. Did you? But we're not. Look, we don't have time to bring up all the shit. Okay, all right then.
Like, I got a whole list of shit. Like, I fucked the Guardians in the movie. Them motherfuckers was annoying the entire movie. Them shit annoyed the fuck out of me.
I didn't hate. Oh look, the more I watched the movie, I've watched it twice since the first time. The more I understand why Peter did what he did, because it's like, yo, that was stupid, but keep in mind, you can't. He's not this he's not this fucking maybe Rocket wouldn't have done that, because he would have understood the long term effects, and he wanted his revenge. But Peter is human. Peter, he was in love. This is different, so I give him a pass. Yes, that was stupid, but he was emotionally charged. And I feel like he shouldn't get as much hate as he gets for what he did. Because in his defense, he was about to shoot Gamora and Thanos to turn the laser energy into bubbles. So I feel like he shouldn't get as much hate as he does.
I mean, Tony watched his homies die. Everybody has been through trauma. Even fucking Drax watched his family get clapped by Thanos and them, and he kept it together. He watched his child die because of that. And he kept it together. and Star-Lord at the I'll give this credit. The plan itself, the whole fucking put together the way it was, fucking stupid. But I'll give him this. It almost worked. It was this close to fucking working. And then Star-Lord fumbled the bag.
Yeah, like dog. What do you think you're really doing now? Honestly, Drax fucking stupid too. Like Drax really stupid.
Drax is stupid.
It's just like, bro, do you really think you can throw hands with this guy? Like, bro, Drax, who have you ever destroyed? Who ass have you ever beat? You not Raw at all. You don't put in no work. You don't put in no work. Like, when was the last time you said, damn, Drax really beat the fuck out of somebody? I ain't never seen him do nothing. What'd he do? Cut up some tentacles or some shit?
Nah, he didn't even do that.
He didn't even do that.
He didn't do that either.
Man. You
like,
talking about the beginning of Guardians 2? He didn't do shit.
Like, bro, what do you do, Drax? All you did was shit on Mantis, and she do more shit than you. She more useful than you, nigga. Like,
then,
bro, all you did was shit on her. Like, bro.
Another point I got is Drax and Mantis should have died on nowhere. Like, they didn't do shit the rest of the movie. They motherfuckers should have died on nowhere.
Let's be honest. Mantis teed up on Titan.
Mantis did, bro. She put him under TP. She had that nigga sleep.
She teed up. I was impressed.
Yeah.
I'll give her that. Mantis is low key the most valuable member of the Guardians.
To put Ego under sleep, and that's a whole.
She had a planet under sleep, bro. That's a
yo,
that's a celestial
that's
body, bro.
deal.
She got feet, man. She got feet.
Yeah. She got on that nigga head. She was in his head rent free.
Like bro, I'm
rent
sick,
free.
This what Drax was doing, but you shitting on the person who put in more work than you, dog.
Another thing, Hulk and Widow keeping that storyline is trash. Get that shit out of here. Like that should just mad awkward and uncomfortable.
It's just very bad. Like, where the fuck Betty at? Where'd she go?
I'm starting to think that whole movie isn't canon in the MCU anymore.
Yeah. Like that movie isn't canon in my opinion because those are two different characters in general. Like
remember when people ask
if you look at Incredible Hulk, but the same type of tenacity is not there at all.
They should have kept Ed Norton if we keep him in the book.
That boy wanted smoke. He didn't care.
And Bruce Banner was actually smart. Yeah. I'm not saying Ruffalo's Banner is dumb. Banks is like
Ruffalo's Banner is dumb. He's more casual. He's not the scientist that you would know Bruce Banner to be. Bruce Banner is supposed to be a scientist under anguish. Like
calmly intelligent, but he's not really out there. In 2008, Bruce Banner, he was in the lab every moment. He was cooking shit up.
For what I'll say Ruffalo was better in the first two Avengers movies than after fucking than in fucking what it was Ragnarok and then Infinity War. It's like he just said fucking and just started acting himself. Ruffalo was just playing Ruffalo and Ragnarok in this movie. It was just like he just said fuck it.
Yeah, pretty much.
He had at least one quotable in fucking Age of Ultron where he said, I could take your neck off without even going green. Like he had a couple lines. Then it's just like they just said
he
fuck
snapped
it after
a few times.
Yeah, he snapped a couple times.
He's a dork in Infinity War. He's a dork in Infinity War and Ragnarok.
Like bro, it was like what is this character like? Like this is not it. This is not it.
That goes into a bigger point of how all the character progression in Ragnarok totally reversed in Infinity War.
It was regression. It was total regression for Hulk, basically.
And Thor.
Ragnarok was. I don't know why people hate Ragnarok so much. It was good characterization for Thor. Him, like I know he got his eye back and all that shit, but it's not even a real eye. It was just for aesthetics.
Everything he lost, he got back. Like all the big character moments in Ragnarok got taken away.
Yeah, I guess I can agree, but still, that I don't think Ragnarok was a bad. Hella could have.
Not a good comic book movie, that's for sure.
Damn straight.
Mm-hmm.
This is a good
was
movie.
Not. Wasn't he?
I don't think
the
it
only
was.
thing I liked about that movie was Tessa Thompson. That's it.
Ooh.
That is it.
Was fire.
Bro, we can let's talk about Tessa Thompson another day, G.
That is the only thing I got out of that.
Another thing Wakanda does not look like Wakanda no more. Under the Russos,
Yeah.
Wakanda look like Montana. G.
It felt dry. Yeah, it felt dry.
Wakanda
He
looked
none of that
like
magic.
a field in Jersey.
With grass.
Yeah, just a field of grass and a stadium in the background.
Like
you
Wakanda
didn't feel
looked
that magic.
trash. It looked awful, to be honest.
Like, bro, you ain't had no cat turrets, no nothing. Like, all you had was just some spears on deck, bro. Like, come on, man. I know Wakanda more protected.
I feel like they definitely should have consulted Coogler for that. Like, to build the city up for the Infinity War. I feel like Coogler would have done a much better job of that particular set piece. You know, because that's the biggest set piece of the whole film.
Yeah, you ain't got no Panther mechs. Like most of the shit was in Wakanda. Like, you ain't got no Panther mechs. You ain't got shit, bro.
Like, they didn't make any highlights of Wakanda's technology.
No, they did not.
Another
Besides
thing,
the shield, besides niggas suiciding in the shield.
Yeah, that shit was trash. Like, there's a lot of things wrong with Infinity War as a movie. Another thing, Thanos. I feel like maybe this just me being nitpicky, but I don't like sympathetic. I'm doing this for the good in the universe type shit. Thanos. I don't like it.
I mean, it's just not something. It's the MCU. They're never gonna be accurate, but I like it more than him simping for death.
I'd rather him simp for death than do this shit. Like, I like evil, death worshiping Thanos. I don't like this nigga.
That's where I disagree. I like this Thanos way better. There's a reason. There's a plot point.
I'll say this.
There's like, it's just,
if they did it like Thanos, right, to where like Death set him up to be blue-balled for the rest of his life, to where like she influenced, you know, the most important spears of his life as a child, and then made him go insane, then yeah, I would take that. That would be a legitimate, you know, version to do. Because have any of y'all read Thanos Rising? Y'all read Thanos Rising, right? To like where on Titan, Death was part of his life since a young one, since he was a young child, influencing him, you know, making him fall in love just to home for the rest of his life. Like, they did it like that, then I wouldn't have minded. But they probably weren't. So it's just like, I didn't mind that they tried to make a sympathetic gripe for it. I mean, I still didn't see any point in it, but
I mean, I get why they did it, because like, you just can't have a villain worshiping death for the sake of worshiping death in a very commercial movie. I get that part, but the character itself wasn't like. Come on, Nick. You cannot make me sympathetic for a man who was trying to kill trillions, literally.
I don't know. Like he was crying. Like when he was crying, I was like, wait, did he actually cry? Because like when he said he was actually sympathetic anymore, like it never clicked with me, because that's not Thanos. It's like Thanos clip anybody. Like him crying, it just felt weird. I was like, oh.
I mean,
are you sure that's that?
People kept bringing up the comics where he gave her that doll and he took.
No, he did not. Right? He didn't really care for her like that. But that man don't care for anybody.
That was just who wrote this? Was that Kirby? I think it was
Starlin. No,
I think it was.
Kirby didn't write that.
No, those really old comics where we see
Starlin. Yeah, Starlin.
Yeah. I don't know who wrote those comics.
Was it the Infinity Abyss joints? Which one? Which one was it?
Might be. Because it was
thousands of Infinity War fucking
when he was taking her to like the you know, we go to the lagoon.
And,
we
you
can
talking
go.
about like the Thanos miniseries? You probably talking about one of those. It's either the Thanos miniseries or one of the Infinity joints. Yeah, then it's Jim Starlin. Jim Starlin writes most of Thanos shit. It's just most likely Jim Starlin.
Also, speaking of Gamora to be the deadliest woman in the universe and to be an assassin can't lie or read body language. That don't make no fucking sense to me.
She's like, oh, what are you doing? It's like I could tell that mile away. I could tell that from a mile away.
I feel like everybody in the theater could tell that her ass was dying on that fucking planet.
I was like, you about to die.
Okay, let me defend, because Thanos didn't even know he had to do that.
I could tell when he bought her that
he came through. Oh yeah, we knew, but Thanos and her, what the price was. Thanos thought he could just.
On?
Yeah, but like the whole movie, all their interactions are evidence to the contrary that this nigga actually cares about her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and she couldn't tell that, which was hilarious. Like he could have killed you a long time
ago.
You would have been dead a long time ago.
But in her defense, neither of them knew what the price was to get the soul gem.
Yeah,
Because
but the
Thanos
moment Red Skull said you have to kill somebody you love, her ass should have got it. The moment that fucking happened, she should have got it.
Girl, you should have been hitting my six.
Her
Yeah,
ass,
like he
her
probably
ass should
still
have
would have
threw
got you,
herself off the fucking thing at that moment
yeah,
because he had to kill her to get the Soul Stone.
Yeah.
But if
He
she
killed
killed herself like she tried, he wouldn't have got it.
Yeah, like he was like, it's time for you to go. Yeet.
Bro, when
on the ground.
bro, somebody bought the Blu-ray and they tweeted out the image.
Yeah,
Bro, I didn't see this in the.
splattered.
She had
Yeah,
the-
Oh, you didn't see that shit? You didn't see that shit in the movie?
No,
Yo,
I
I didn't notice it. I didn't see it.
Oh no, I noticed that when I first watched it. I noticed the green blood on the ground. That I felt like that was in very great detail. I will say that.
She was splattered like mad. I was like,
It was a
yo,
little booger, bro.
why this fall?
Another thing, Thor shows his grief finally. Like it took a long time. That nigga lost his sister, dad, his home, his brother, but he finally showed some fucking grief.
Yeah, it didn't feel genuine.
It didn't at all.
It's almost like he was laughing about it.
Yeah. Another thing that's kind of a small plot point, but I watched the movie last night with the intention to nitpick it. When they got to Nidavellir, I believe, or Nidavellir, or how the fuck you say it, with the elves, he killed all the elves but Peter Dinklage, and the rest of the movie, like the rest of his character is this kind of whole exercise in duality where he kills half the planet. And I just thought it was interesting that he killed all the elves but one.
Just kill them for no reason. Like, yeah, he definitely was cool. What had me weak was like how they subverted to what you expected Peter Dinklage's character to be. It's like, are we just doing this just for Peter Dinklage here? Because like from the get go, I was expecting him to be Pip the Troll. I was like, yeah, they got Peter Dinklage. Who else is this nigga gonna play? Pip the fucking Troll. Next thing you know, this nigga comes out the biggest dwarf you've ever fucking seen. Bigfoot dwarf with these two hands.
You know he was excited when they said that.
Yeah, it was like, oh, okay, bet. So,
I still liked it though. I still liked it.
But it was just like, this nigga ain't playing Pip the Troll. What are you doing?
It wasn't what we expected, but I still liked his character and what happened. That whole scene with Thor trying to
the star and shit.
That was where I liked that.
We got the biggest feat so far.
He does.
It took a decade for Thor to finally feel like a god.
To get a decent comic feat. That's the first feat that he's gotten that almost felt like he was up there.
Another thing, another small thing, there was Doctor Strange had a line when Thanos arrived at Titan, like, you're much more for Thanos. And do y'all remember like a year or two ago when there was a big deal made about Thanos' original name?
Dion?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Dion, a funny name, bro. I like that name.
Like, I felt like that particular line was probably a reference to that. Just something really small I picked up on the movie. Also, another funny line was T'Challa saying Thanos will have nothing but dust and blood, and that was epic foreshadowing.
Yeah, that did not end up so well for him, bro.
That shit aged horribly.
No, they can say Wakanda forever. No, Wakanda for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Wakanda for 2 movies, bro.
Wakanda's got slaughtered. Them
niggas. So I hope. I hope they bring Wakabi in for get took, but no, I don't remember.
He'll probably be in the second one.
I hope he's the villain and he's like, yo, you killed all of us.
What other villains could they use? You killed off the main.
Chibi.
You killed off.
Chibi.
You killed off Claw and Killmonger.
Okay, but like Killmonger's come back a couple times, and so has Claw. Claw stays coming back.
Killmonger's still dead. Claw came back as a sound creature, but Killmonger's still dead right now.
I was so disappointed.
Okay. Right. Also, another interesting point: Killmonger was revived by Mandarin in the comics.
Yeah, so he died before.
So
he died before.
If they want to kind of position Mandarin in the future, if they're going to do that, I doubt they are. But if you're going to do it,
still exists, but we don't know if they're actually going to do it.
Yeah, they only made that shit because of the fan outcry Iron Man 3. If we keep
that really came out of the backlash. It's like, people gonna love this. Oh, niggas did not like this. Well, don't worry, he's still out there.
Bro, when Iron Man 3 dropped. Y'all remember that Nickelodeon show, Tony? Man, I thought it was about to be
Oh
that.
yeah. You talking about that Mandarin?
That
You
was
talking about
the
Tony? You
rawest
talking about Iron Man
Mandarin.
Armored Adventures? You talking about that Mandarin?
That Mandarin
Yeah,
I have ever seen.
that was that CG joint. I remember that bit.
Yeah,
I
actually like that show.
That
Yeah,
was
it
a
was
good
alright.
show. Mandarin.
It was him as a teenager, which was weird.
Another thing with this, I picked up, the CGI in the movie looks kind of shaky for everyone but Thanos, or everyone and everything but Thanos to me.
Yeah. The first fight, until you see it in HD, looks shaky as fuck in the theater. It's like, what the fuck is he doing? Until you see that 10-piece that he really gave his ass, it looks shaky as hell.
It feels like they threw the budget at Thanos and just said fuck it for everybody else.
You could see his pores. You could see the pores in fucking Thanos' body, bro. They say
They
really
made sure Thanos could not get slandered CGI wise.
Yeah,
like, yo,
he looked great. He wasn't a regular CGI nigga. They made that for sure, bro.
You could see his face.
You could see the pores
second.
on that nigga, bro.
Yeah.
Every second, man. He was just smooth.
One more thing.
Can't say he was bad.
Well, another thing, during the big kind of Titan fight, Thanos brings a fucking planet down, and Tony takes a blunt force hit from a giant fucking meteor and somehow comes out still alive.
It's that armor,
bro. That nigga should be dead. Fuck all that. Another nitpicky thing I had was Vision and Wanda got ran up on Scotland. Vision's probably the most advanced thing on Earth besides Wakandan tech, and this motherfucker can detect a giant spaceship in the atmosphere in the city.
Like, you have a laser beam, you can phase through people. Why am I not seeing you do none of that?
They positioned Vision as one of the most powerful Avengers in Age of Ultron and Civil War, and said "fuck it" for Infinity War.
And people were protecting Vision. Like, how does that look, bro? You gotta have a defense force, and you're supposed to be the most powerful nigga here.
You out here, man. You blew Rhodey's back out for no reason.
Oh me, you put that
only to be. You know, Rhodey was somewhere.
Yeah, I know he hate robots, bro. It's fuck robots. I know he's like, damn, Vision got his shit clipped. Damn. Couldn't be me. Nigga got that gym snatched.
Also, another funny moment in Infinity War when Bucky was just like he was disappointed when he was pulled up with his arm.
Yeah, he was like, damn, you had this the whole time, bro?
Damn, no. I don't disappointed that y'all had the arm. He was disappointed they were giving him the arm because he knew it that mess. Like, yo,
he was like, "Oh, you niggas gonna make me fight again?"
Like, nigga, I'm on the farm. I'm tossing shit, nigga. I'm cleaning up goat shit. I'm happy. I got
what had me.
I got my
Ishiki. Yeah, bro. He really was out there, bro. That shit had me. What had me was, bro. They really watched him for 2 years, farm with no arm. When they could have gave him a mid prosthetic arm. They could have gave him something. They said, "Yeah, we gonna let this nigga fuck around till we need him, bro." Like, that shit was hilarious. They didn't give him that arm to the last minute. Like, that is the most funny. But they just watched that white man.
It was just the face. It was just the look on his face when he knew. Like, he was that. How much do you have to fight to be happy to do slave work? He was really.
But that man was just farming, but he was complacent with that.
But he was like, "I'm good. I got mine." Yeah,
I got my machine on. I just farm in all day and night. I'm good. I am good. That shit was hilarious.
He came through the arm. He was fuck.
It's like, he already knew what time it was. Time for this bullshit again.
Yeah,
I think we got everything.
The only thing I got left is the last kind of type beam struggle between when Thor threw the axe in that nigga's chest. That's the last thing.
That was weird. That was weird.
Like
Stormbreaker, like 4 beams. Like what is this?
This is what I feel like about it, right, bro? You just gained all power and creation. And the best you could do is think of a fucking beam struggle, bro.
Like you could have snapped him in a baloney or something.
Bro, he could have snapped that shit. He could have made it bubbles like the rest. Like, imagine the feeling the audience would have had. Like, Thor's axe in Thor showing up is the last great hope we have of Thanos getting defeated in this movie. Imagine if Thanos made that shit bubbles in midair. The feeling, like everyone's hearts would have dropped when that shit happened.
That would have been more suitable than him just making it for the chest and going halfway. Oh,
Yeah.
Should have went for the head. Like, yeah, that would have been a lot more satisfying because at the end he still failed. You
That
might
was
as
kind
well
of a
should have
troll
done that.
move, though.
That was
kind of a troll move on Thanos.
But that was like he's like, you know what? I'm gonna let him go for it. Like nigga went for the shoulder halfway down. Like nigga, you could have went for the hand or got the fucking head. Like nigga, what were you?
Nah, it was definitely.
Bro, he
Chest.
could
It
have
was
fucking
on
hit the
shoulder.
hand, bro. He could have just hit. He could have just aimed a little to the right and hit the fucking head.
You could have aimed lower and hit the arm, and it would have been a dub. Literally, that's it. You needed the gauntlet off. You still with Thor got his
Thor
ass
wasn't
beat.
thinking smart. He was angry.
You could just
trying to be
literally
bold,
threw the
like-
axe down any type of way, bro. He really
Like,
was.
yeah,
He
he was-
paid for it.
And
Like,
then,
he would've let you
uh,
shot that man aside, calling the Shazam shot.
bro, use
Shot
God Blast. Use a fucking God Blast and kill that nigga.
Exactly. It wouldn't have killed him, but like I wanted to see more of Thor and Thanos boxing. Like, yo, give me some. Like,
We'll
reality
probably
to him.
get
He can
more
bring
of
anything
that
he
in,
wants. Give me like.
I wish Hulk died. You know, I want him to die. Man. I want him dead.
Bro,
I
you
wanted
hate
him to
you
kill
hate him
away,
so
bro.
much.
Kill Bannon.
He was
Please. I was waiting for this man to die. I was like, please kill this man. Please kill him, bro. This nigga's still living, man. Now I got to see a trash ass Professor Hulk in A4, bro. That I know it's not gonna slap. That shit probably gonna be awkward and clunky.
that
Like,
look
I don't wanna see it.
Okoye gave him.
Bro, it's like she was
Bro, that was
disgusted. That's how I looked at him, bro.
Bro,
That's how I looked the whole movie.
That was
Like,
that was hilarious, bro.
He was just like this.
what?
No,
Nigga
no,
was down.
Okoye looked at Banner like fucking white people.
Like,
Bro, I'm
bro,
like,
you are
what kind of
garbage.
man's is this, man? Like, bro, where does this nigga come from?
You
Like, bro, he
nigga,
stunk.
you trash.
He stunk that entire movie, man. And like, they can't redeem him. Like unless you got him giving Thanos Bane treatment, you can't get that man no type of redemption. He can't come back from that ass whooping he caught.
Like, no, he really got.
He hid.
He really got to kill Thanos to be.
Like, bro, you gotta kill, bro. You gotta get the last shot, nigga. You gotta break his arm
Man,
with one hand or something.
Another
So,
funny
yeah,
part
gotta
about
throw
this
him
week
off.
on Twitter was when I think with comic book research, somebody fucking tweeted out that Hulk isn't scared of Thanos. This nigga's like, is this Hulk's burner
Yes, he
account?
was. Yeah, that
Nigga,
boy was
Hulk
scared.
was out here tweeting like KD, like stop it.
Bro, he was like, I don't want to fight, bro. I don't want to fight no more. Like, bro, the thing about it, like, I don't think they have a grasp of what the Hulk is because the thing about it, it's supposed to be a defense mechanism. The fact that he didn't come out when he was getting attacked was the weirdest shit ever.
That was
I've
some
never
Hulk
seen
shit.
a Hulk story
That was
where
some Hulk
this nigga
shit.
didn't come out because he didn't want to. Nigga, he gonna come out because he has to protect himself. There's no way he's that scared. Like he hasn't gotten
I
beat
think-
before. Like there's
I
no
think if,
tenacity in his Hulk at
I
all.
think if Banner had been, then he would have came out.
I felt like they
Like-
played too much on this Savage Hulk persona, and I fucking hate
Like
it.
if Black Dwarf came, tore that shit off, punched this nigga in the head, he's dead.
Nah,
Oh, but
he was
other
pussy,
than
bro. Like he was getting surrounded, 30 niggas deep, and he still did not want to come out. Like if you die, he die.
exactly.
Like that. It was just stupid shit in that movie that I just did not like.
The
Yeah, hopefully
kind of the
probably just made
last
my head
kind of nitpicky thing. Well, the last thing I really have is kind of when Thanos took his fucking armor off, it didn't feel purposeful. Like it didn't feel like he was meant to flex. It just like he kind of awkwardly took that shit off, and then the flashbacks it shows that he had the armor on for lesser battles. You know.
I feel like maybe the armor has something to do with CG. Maybe they wanted him less clunky. Maybe it was easier to do that, to focus on him in CG without the armor. Because I think he would have looked weird if he was fully armored up. Maybe the CG would probably looked a little bit weirder with that. So they wanted to focus on him instead because he just
I
built up
feel
in
like-
the light even with certain
I feel like it
phase.
was supposed to be like special, like yo, I don't need this shit to fuck you niggas up.
Yeah.
That's what they said in the interviews leading up to the movie, but it didn't feel like that in the movie.
They should have been like, oh, maybe his armor. Maybe they weren't making even a dent, and he had his armor on, and he's like, you know what, man, this might be a take
Mhm.
his shit off in the middle of the battle, and then I can take this. I can do this all day. I don't need armor. They could have done it way better.
Yeah, they definitely could have. But overall, I probably give Infinity War maybe a strong 6.5.
6, nigga.
I'd say 6.5 to 7. 7 tops.
8.
You say 8?
At least an 8. Off rip, Infinity War is an 8.
Yeah, it's an 8 for me. That's the highest it's gonna get.
I give it
7.5 to 7.5.
I give it a 6.5 to a 7.
Yeah, I'm saying an 8.
All right, that's it for Looking Glass this week. Hey everybody, we made it. This is a long ass episode. We're 2 hours in, bro. All right, man. Let's everybody get the plugs in so we can go ahead home and eat dinner. All right, this is your boy Black Ice 392, aka X. Please don't judge me for my tweets. Y'all can catch me tweeting off the Looking Glass account at Looking Glass Inc. That is the I in Inc is an L. Shout out to my boy Jason for making the account for the group. And yeah, just catch me on my normal handle. And go ahead, Church.
Church, follow Coffin Board God on Twitter, or don't. It's up to you.
Yo, it's Brandon, Derp Devil. I got 2 hours at the end, so make sure you put that. Yeah, follow me. I need the followers. My tweets aren't that bad.
Follow me at ShadowCoon_. Also, Pete me and my other homeboys podcast. His ad on Twitter is Lolita's Empire. My boy Hemmings, the podcast is The Sacred Text with 3 episodes. And that's it.
All right. We'll see everybody next week.
We'll see y'all episode 5 next week. We out.
Ain't no way around it. Sauce I found it drip like fountain. Said go divide and conquer with my fraction. Then we split the shares. Well prepared when it's time to eat to snatch your silverware.
Can't let them watch me on my beat. I'm working 7 days a week and I'm a grind till I'm deceased. Building up like Buffett. I'm a pilot on the eat. Turkey how I stuff it. I hit 3 new hoes this week. Dumb how she suck it. She do tricks for this treat. Flavors kicking style free favors. Craving cases of that grated cheese. Parmesan no beef. Stack it up like rods of seeds. Did the numbers for the week. Sheets spreading like your cheeks. Beaks only mouth from birds. Turds shitting on you creeps. Rolling doobie size of Sharpies. Rari's Lambos need the Audis. Tardy never late to money. Hungry we sticky like honey. Dummy